Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everyone. This is Katani Alvin from London, and I'm a day later than I wanted to be regarding the Trump arrival. Trump and the First Lady and Ivanka and the whole entourage that arrived. So before I go on, let me thank everyone who has subscribed. Please make sure you subscribe because my numbers are going down and I think it's YouTube that's doing it. So just make sure that you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell, as Jeff Taylor would say. And Steve Turley says smack that bell, which is really rather nice. So also thank you for any donations. And regarding on the monetary side, I want to say I'm beginning to put, and I've got one in there at the moment in my description box, opportunities where people can actually genuinely increase their income. For those people that want to increase their income, go on to down the description box and you'll see under new, and then read that. And if it resonates with you, and it does for thousands of people around the world who are really changing their finances, because irrespective of the fact that we're getting huge changes in the banking system. The old system of the fiat currency, as I understand it and have understood it for a long time, is going down. The quantum financial system is in the process of being put in place, and the revaluation, the RV, is happening. Countries are on the gold standard. So a lot is happening, but we shouldn't rest on our laurels, because there is a principle, a spiritual principle, of give and you will receive. What goes round comes round. And the more good we can do for others in whatever way that is, then the better, because we will receive great benefit for giving benefit. So do remember that. And some people put some very caustic comments about such things, but they're missing the point. They don't understand the spiritual laws. So do look at it. If that looks as if it's going to be something that you could do with, if it resonates when you've had a thorough look, do your due diligence, then do join. Okay, so there's only one in there at the moment, and that's a crowdfunding opportunity. Brilliant. It's brilliantly put together. And it means that the people that are sharing the crowdfunding also get benefit. So, excellent thing. Now I'm going to move forward with some photographs and some comments at the same time. So this is the parade coming up the Mall. And you see the American flag, no gold fringe on that one, and the British flags all down the Mall. It's a very wide, very stately, I've walked down it many times, a very stately road moving up, and at the end you see Buckingham Palace, which is very grand. Here Melania and President Donald Trump with their wonderful presence right there at the top of the steps before they descend. And here he is waving, acknowledging people. Here is Hunt, he's the Foreign Secretary, Jeremy Hunt, and welcoming them. Right, here's Buckingham Palace, and you've got the changing of the guard, and it's a huge sweep round, so that cars go round. They come down from Hyde Park and then go round this great sweep, and this is the people that are standing here. Will get a very good view. I'm very sorry I didn't go down. I just had such a busy day, I just couldn't do it. And here is Trump being welcomed by Queen Elizabeth II. Here is President Trump. He is inspecting the guards, and by the looks of it, behind him there is Prince Charles, rather fearsome looking bayonets. And here is the formal line-up with the Queen looking very small between the good tall stance of First Lady Melania and President Donald Trump, and then just to the side of President Trump, Prince Charles with his second wife Camilla. Of course his first one was Princess Diana, and then the guard, but of course in the centre Queen Elizabeth, and in the front the guards. Obviously the American anthem is being played because Melania and President Trump have got their hand on their heart. And here are President Donald Trump talking with and walking with Prince Charles, and Melania looking lovely in her white outfit and hat, and also talking with Camilla, and she looks very lovely as well. These are obviously in the gardens of Buckingham Palace. There is a song that I think is the A.A. Milne ones, and some of you English people will know it. They're changing guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin is down with Alice. Alice is marrying one of the guards. Is terrible hard, says Alice. I can't remember the words of it, but a guard's life is terrible hard, says Alice. Anyway, they're changing guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. Alice is marrying one of the guards. A soldier's life is terrible hard, says Alice. Anyway, we used to sing it as kids. Now, they were also taken on a tour of a private lunch, and they were shown items from the royal collection of art. There was an unfortunate story, which apparently was true, that Queen Mary, when she went and visited people, which apparently had a penchant for doing, they would put all their nice things away, because it was said if she said, "Oh, how nice that is," then they had to give it to her. So this became known, and so they pushed all their nice things away so they didn't lose them to the royal family. Oh dear, dear. These obviously have a connection to the US history. And what I like about President Trump and Melania, they're not faking interest. You can see that the group of three there, that Queen Elizabeth is generally, sharing this, and Trump is very interested, and so is Melania. And here is Ivanka, looking lovely, and Prince Harry. Meghan Markle was spirited away in some way. I'm not quite sure how that happened. They were also viewing items on display. And here is Westminster Abbey. It's a very beautiful abbey. I've taken my children round and been there. It's a very grand setting. So there they are in front of the grave of the unknown warrior, which has got poppies all round it. And they're paying their respects. And here you see, before leaving, they signed the Westminster Abbey's Distinguished Visitors Book. It's lovely that they did, and there are their signatures there. Here they are heading for Clarence House for afternoon tea. President Trump gives the thumbs up from his armoured limousine. I think it's known as the Beast. Yes, it is known as the Beast. Here they are with the President and the First Lady share a joke with the Duke and Duchess of Cornwall. In other words, that's Prince Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles. Well, Camilla, she's no longer Parker Bowles, at Clarence House ahead of the state banquet. Now, it wouldn't be right to not to show this, because this is the display of people who are anti-Trump, and so they are the protesters gathered outside. And I tell you what, when I read a newspaper article, there was one nice thing said about Trump in it, but honestly, it is so shocking. And the thing is that they're behaving just like sheeple, and they can't think for themselves. They haven't done any research. I've done a tremendous amount of research on President Trump, or way before he was president, I mean, since a little boy, and looked into a great deal of his background. And here is a picture of them at the banquet. Now here, there's a procession as they move into the banquet hall. I'm just going to show a little bit of this. And this has all gone back from years upon years. Hundreds of years. I think how well President Trump looks. There you can see actually how bent Queen Elizabeth is. And look how beautiful Melania looks. And here they are in the banquet hall. I must admit, Queen Elizabeth really keeps up. I mean, she's not doddery, is she? Here they are coming into their seating places. Beautiful flowers, quite magnificent. You can really see the whole decor of the room. There's Melania. And here you can see the Queen and President Trump. The backs of them. I'm going to make sure I get some of the speeches in.